Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pain Points mini episode. We're doing it a little different today. I have two guests with me, Megan Harbuck and Elena Fortunes, and they are going to talk a little bit with you guys about this really awesome tarot deck they collaborated on. And so ladies, why don't you, I don't know who should go first. Elena, we'll have Elena because she's the artist.
Yes.
Who did all the drawings and paintings. Elena, tell everybody where they can find this tarot deck, where they can get some more info and possibly pre-order it.
Hi everyone, I'm Elena. Yes, I am the artist illustrator behind the tarot deck. Megan is the guidance and, divine hand over it. You can find the decks at elenafortune.com/tarot decks. It's tarot decks, or you can just go to my website and it's on the store. And yeah, pre-orders are open until December 2nd.
That's awesome.
So excited.
Megan, you guys collaborated together on this. So why don't y'all really quickly just tell us kind of how y'all came about getting this deck together looking the way it does.
For sure. So Elena and I have known each other for about 6 years, maybe even 7. And we've actually made a tarot deck beforehand. Mm-hmm. That was just called the Elena Fortune Tarot deck. And it was our first deck that we did together a few years ago. But this year, I was really trying to find a new tarot deck to use. I wanted something that was really colorful, really fun, really spunky. And I couldn't find anything. So I, after being Elena's friend for years, and we had been keeping in contact, obviously, throughout these past 6 years. And I said, hey, I really want a new tarot deck, and I think that it has to be from you. And pretty much she said, let's do it. So I was the one who did all the research. We have like a 14-page document full of all of the information that we needed to make the tarot deck. And then she took all of the information I compiled and turned it into probably one of the most beautiful works of art that I've ever seen.
She did do a great job. And Megan, while I'm about to ask y'all the next question, why don't you pull out a couple cards so that you can show everybody here in just a second. But while we're waiting on that, Elena, why don't you tell everybody how old you are and where you live, if you don't mind? Just the general vicinity.
I'm 20 years old and I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Awesome.
And I'm from Massachusetts, but I relocated to New York City for school, and thank God I did.
All right, Megan, what about you?
So I'm nearly 21 in a few weeks, and I live in Lufkin, Texas, born and raised. Been here all my life.
I apologize. We should have taken
I like it here. It may not be as glamorous as New York City, but it's got its own charm.
Yeah, sure. So Megan is currently about showing y'all cards from the deck.
I love that one.
Yeah, me too. And these characters are reoccurring, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. I try to do a lot of reoccurring symbols and characters in my work because I think I like to make my stuff like a Where's Waldo kind of just like,
yeah,
oh, I recognize that and whatever. I think it's fun.
No,
it turned out really good. I was really excited to see it when it got here. Ladies, what did y'all want to be when y'all were kids? Like, what did you want to grow up to be? Your dream job, as it were.
Elena, you go first.
Oh, okay. Well, my first dream job was I really wanted to be a movie star, but that wasn't going to work out. And then I really wanted to be an animator for Pixar, specifically for Pixar. And then I realized that I don't have any patience for animation. And then I went back to an earlier desire of mine, which is when I was like 8. I was like, I'm going to be a fashion designer. And then I abandoned the idea like a year later. And then I went back to it. And now I'm at fashion school.
Awesome. Megan, what about you?
I guess like the goal is always to be famous in some way, whether it be for singing or acting. Obviously, as I've grown up, there's a lot more opportunity to be famous than just being a celebrity.
There's a lot more opportunity than existed when we were kids.
Yeah. And I think growing up, with us owning the coffee shop, Mom, I kind of just wanted to be a part of that. But I think now, like, the goal is still to be like famous, to be somebody who's important, to be somebody who inspires.
Okay. We live in a world right now that's just full of negativity and all kinds of negative messages. So, we have to do a lot more these days, it seems like, to really put ourselves in a good place and a good frame of mind. Elena, what do you do to start your day off in a positive place to give you the best chance for success that day?
I have had like a lot of struggle with like, especially in quarantine and stuff like that, giving myself a structure has been really important because, in high school and stuff, I was really good about like getting out of bed and going to school and like waking up and getting the day started. But since, everything's been done from home, it's gotten a lot harder for me to like get moving. So finding a structure and planning out my day the night beforehand has been really helpful. Like I like a lot of checklists so that I get stuff done. And I always start my morning with, get up, watch TikTok just for a little bit, just watch a few TikToks, make sure I get my grooming in from my cat who wakes me up with licking every morning. And, making myself some breakfast and just like trying to get myself moving and out of bed a little bit, eating at the table instead of, just being in bed all day, because otherwise I will stay in bed all day.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's definitely a lot of us these days. So that's good advice. Megan, what about you?
Of course, I kind of start my day the same way with TikTok. But no, definitely breakfast is like the most important part of the day. So whether it be I pick it up from somewhere local or I make it at home. But like a lot of the times I'll just get up and try to get in the sun, try to maybe walk our dog, because that's super important. Especially like these days, being able to get out and get fresh air. Back during the summer, and I'm hopefully getting back into it soon, I was doing CrossFit, and just getting out, being in fresh air, moving your body. I can't agree with Elena more. That's like the most important thing you can do for your mental health.
I'm so glad to see you young people have got a handle on this and are doing better than some of us adults. So good job.
It has taken a lot. It takes a lot of fine tuning to like figure it out. And it's not a one fix all kind of strategy. You really have to keep at it. And that's like the hardest part, is realizing like, oh God, like I can get up and eat breakfast one morning, but I have to do that every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Routine is important, definitely. Mm-hmm. Well, in keeping with that kind of train of thought, do you guys have a song that you might put on to help you like get the day going, or you get to a point in the day where you're kind of starting to slump and you need something to pick you back up? So let's start with Elena. What song do you like to put on?
Okay. I recently, this song "As Good as New" by ABBA it has this like insane ABBA bass drop in the beginning of the song that just makes me go insane. I have a record player here that I've just been like keeping everything that I have in rotation right by. This is my most played record. It's not even mine, it's my roommate's, but this is like a maybe not even 40-minute long disco mix from Giorgio Moroder called Munich Machine that just like, this is what gets me going, is listening to this specific record. I instantly start dancing.
Awesome. Megan, what about you? That's great.
So I got the lyrics to this song tattooed on my arms. It was so important to me. And it's the lyrics from a song called Cypher Part 4 by BTS. And it's a rap song. I mean, it's Korean rap. And the chorus is, I love myself. I know myself. And it's like super important to me. So whenever that comes on my shuffle or I put it on, I instantly feel like better. Like I know it's like the universe's way of saying, hey, it's going to be a good day. So keep your chin up, love yourself, know yourself. And in general, pretty much anything like by BTS or Stray Kids is what pumps me up. If not K-pop, then probably Queen or Skrillex.
Very good.
One of my roommates was playing like the entire Skrillex discography in the living room, and I was just like, let's get it started. Like
that's how we met, actually. When Elena was 13 and I was 14. We met because of an electronic dance music Skype group chat.
Oh my God.
Where we would talk about Daft Punk and Skrillex. So like that's how we came to know each other and be friends.
Oh my gosh, I think I remember that. Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago. That was that phase of your life anyway. What about an inspiring quote that that you guys kind of gravitate towards? Wow. Megan, why don't you go first?
Yeah, So I guess it would have to be Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk. Kindness always wins. That is like what I have been living my life by the past year, is that just always, when I'm feeling sad, when I'm feeling happy, when I'm feeling angry, kindness always wins, by Gary
So
Vaynerchuk.
true.
All right,
So
Elena.
like sweet and simple, so true. Nothing, kindness always wins. I a few months ago finished reading Keith Haring's journals, and he has a lot of quotes in there that really resonated with me. And I was kind of looking through my notes for that to kind of find one quote that really stuck out to me from that, and it was this one. Art has no meaning because it has many meanings, infinite meanings. Art is different for every individual and is definable only by the given individual. There are no set answers, only questions. I really love how just like open and like positive that is about just art in general, because I live my whole life around philosophies about art and that everything in the world is art. So I just love that idea of like, there's only questions.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we need more art in the world. We need more positivity and kindness. I like both of those things. You ladies are very inspiring. I love it. Um, so we live in a social media age, and y'all both mentioned TikTok as a way to start your day. Um, is there a favorite account on any social media platform, but perhaps TikTok, that you tend to gravitate towards and that you really enjoy their content, and there's something about it that just uplifts you and brings you joy? Elena, why don't you start us out?
Oh gosh, I've been trying to separate myself from social media as much as possible recently, just because I think it was like when I said that I wake up every morning with TikTok, that is a replacement for me waking up and looking at the Twitter like explore page and just like feeling so doomer about everything. Um, I think I've been watching a lot of like art creating, like YouTubes and TikToks and stuff like that. People who are like making things. I really like Delightful on YouTube. I love watching her make custom dolls. Thinking of TikTok, I just like seeing everyone and just like going through the For You page and like getting like the energy of young people online, because that's something I think I definitely need more of. And then maybe like, I don't know. My boyfriend Cameron has a lot of really funny tweets. I go through his account a good amount because I think his stream of consciousness is very interesting to me.
Awesome. What about you, Megan? Who do you look at the most?
So I guess it wouldn't be any like one influencer. If I'm gonna shout out a couple people, Gary Vaynerchuk, D-Rock, Omar Prestwich, my dad, Ben Harbuck, I been kind. But like the accounts that I like to look at a lot, I have a tarot account, a business account for my tarot, and kind of where I try to keep all of my witchy stuff. And two accounts come to my mind immediately: the Moon Tarot and Moon Omens. And those accounts, just every day, they post affirmations, manifestations. They just post really positive things about like, hey, today's energy, it's going to be chaotic, but you have the strength to get through it. Um, I really enjoy seeing them, because it doesn't matter what day, I can open up Instagram and the right message that I need is just right there in front of me. I don't know who runs those accounts, but they're doing an excellent job. It just always uplifts me.
Good deal. That's great. Do you guys have any role models or people, like a mentor, that you look up to, or is that kind of just part of the social media that you've already mentioned?
I think definitely the internet as a whole, like as a source of inspiration, has definitely been the most present role model, I guess, in my life. Like especially not even just now, just like very much in my formative years. Like I am the artist I am today because I grew up online.
Yeah.
For all of its faults, its many many faults, it has given me so much that I have to appreciate. Um, I don't know if I've ever really had like a single role model or like a mentor or anyone. Like it's just been, it takes a village, and the village that raised me was the internet.
Yeah.
If I had to pick any like one inspiration, I mean, I would again say Keith Haring, because I feel like reading his journals and just like getting a better insight into his mind was very like, what's the word? Um, Validating for me. I just it was really affirming to read all of these thoughts that I was having, and like from the words of someone whose work inspired me so much and who was so loved by so many people. Like just knowing that he shared similar opinions on art as me was very like reassuring.
Good deal. Megan?
If I had, I mean, I think I agree completely with what everything Elena said. The internet did raise us, like YouTubers, people on Twitter, people on Vine. Like we really were raised by a lot of different, you know, figures. Some who may still be important to us, some who may not. And, you know, I think that Jenna Marbles, she's a YouTuber, even though she has retired from YouTube effectively. And from the internet, she is such a genuine person, and she always was, and she just did what she wanted and made herself laugh and made the people around her laugh. But speaking of somebody who's active, Kim Namjoon of BTS, he's I believe he's 24, and he's single-handedly, like not single-handedly, with the help of his members and his company, like he's a part of the biggest boy group in the entire world, but he keeps himself so humble, and he's very intelligent. And just whenever I like watch him on a live stream, or when I watch his videos where he's doing speeches, he's like someone that I want to be like. He's just so down to earth in a way that I've never seen a person be. He's very intelligent. He's always striving to learn more about the world, even though he's already at the top. He doesn't consider himself there. He just wants to keep getting better. And I think that that's really inspiring for me.
Good deal. Well, I know y'all are still relatively young, but, you know, you've had some life experience, a little bit anyway. What advice would you tell your younger self to encourage yourself when you needed it most?
Wow. Elena, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I guess I would just tell my younger self, like, you're not as different as you think you are. Like you don't stick out as much as you think you do, and you belong here as much as anyone else here does. I could tell that to myself at literally any point in my life. Like I could tell that to myself today, and I would need to hear it.
Yeah.
I would tell her that it's going to be okay, and that she always needs to push through and just take a deep breath, to not stress out about life so much, because it's not as serious as everybody makes it out to be.
Good deal. Well, ladies, you know, I know that you guys, as the Gen Zs, maybe? Is that the
Zoomers?
Yeah, Zoomers. I know y'all get a lot of crap, you know, for being young and whiny and this and that and the other. But here's the thing. Everybody I've talked to you in y'all's age bracket, y'all have given me so much hope for the future that maybe things won't go to total and complete, you know, crap. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing some insights. You guys have more maturity than a lot of the adults I know. So keep doing what you're doing. And before we jump off, why doesn't everybody give us your social media handle, or where you end up spending most of your time, and where people can find you?
Elena, you go first.
Yeah, so my Twitter handle is @ElenaFortune with an extra E at the end, and then my Instagram handle is Elena Fortune with an S at the end, and my website is elenafortune.com. I'm trying to keep myself as offline as possible, but you can definitely reach me any of those places, and you can see all my work on my website.
Awesome. Megan?
You can find me at Slowpoke Megan on Instagram and at Slowpoke_Megan on Twitter. If you want to look into more of my tarot journey, you can find me at Full Moon Children on both Facebook and on Instagram. And yeah, no, definitely, I want to say just a couple more words about the tarot cards before we leave. This is definitely like one of the most like amazing things that I've ever worked on with Elena. And even if you're not into tarot, we designed this deck with the intention of it being easy to read for beginners, for people who don't know anything about tarot or witchcraft or anything like that. Tarot is a tool that should be used if you feel called to it, to just give you some insight on your day-to-day. You don't have to be a witch. You don't have to be aligned with any sort of religions or spiritualities. They're just beautiful cards with beautiful artwork, with some not some, with a lot of love put into them. So I'm really grateful to Elena for being my partner in crime.
Oh, that's so sweet. I do think that they are beautiful. Elena, you did an amazing job, and y'all really do work well together. Thank you both for coming on and giving us some fun little insight into your personalities and taking time out of y'all's day. I guess that's going to wrap us up. If you guys will go and check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, or our website at PaynePoints.com, you can listen to any of these or watch any of our podcasts. And yeah, ladies, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great day.